We are live for another episode of Big Six Bants. It's a Saturday night. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. But it's a sad day today. The departure of Sadio Mane has been confirmed. I don't really know what to say, really. So I brought a couple guys with me. I know you guys probably would have thought this would have been just a straight Liverpool show. But, you know, I've got a couple men to experience my sorrows because what better way to spend a Saturday night than watching Montel in tears over Sadio Mane's departure. So here's one of them.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
I think it know who you think it is.
And I'm not done there.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Hi guys.
There we go. I've decided to bring the ops with me today. We've got a couple Liverpool man that could be jumping in furthermore. But yeah, Kaz, Daps, what we saying, man? What are you telling the people?
Cool. You know what we're telling the people is this is a marathon, right? So we are going from now until probably midnight, realistically. It's the first time we're trying a collaboration thing. If you're watching this, all you have to do is smash a like firstly, and then secondly, stay where you are. When this show finishes, you will automatically be carried over to our next show on Never a Foul. And then when that one finishes, you will automatically be carried over to the next one. All you have to do is just keep smashing the like button, keep the comments coming, and enjoy and banter with us. And as for the Sadio Mane thing, it is relevant that we're on it, because even as a City fan, and even as a United fan, we can probably agree that he is a Premier League legend. He will go down as a Premier League legend. We've all had run-ins with him. Edison definitely has. He's got the scars to prove it.
100%.
So,
oh, I knew that was going to get brought up at some point.
Yeah, has to.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sure you'll remind me of some goals he scored. To be
I've already got a number of things I want to discuss. First, obviously, I do want to celebrate Mane's legacy before we get into the should he have been sold? Was he getting paid enough? Mane versus Salah, and all these sort of things. You know what I mean? All these sort of discussions that just keep coming up on the Twitter timeline, and because Twitter is just a funny old place, isn't it, lads? It's just a funny old place. But before we start, of course, guys, make sure today in the comments you can only comment if you're subscribed. So I know who the real ones are. I know who the real ones are. So you know what I'm saying? Drop a sub, make sure you can comment and get involved. And also become a member. Link in the description below. Become a member for as little as £3. Make sure we smash that like and go subscribe to Never a Foul. It's in the title. I'll put it everywhere. You can't not subscribe to Never a Foul. You can't be here and not be subscribed to Never a Foul.
I'm not even on Twitter these days, you know. I can't lie. I only check it for news. I prefer Instagram now. Honestly, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Once, you need this shift to Instagram. You'll find a lot more of a friendly crowd. For one, people actually want to talk to you and love. People want to know what you're posting next. People want to know the news next. Twitter's toxic. Man. This is violent, bro.
I was born in the violence.
This ain't baby Batman,
so was
bro.
I, bro. But I got too old, man, and I've retired from violence.
And we're from South London, bro. Well, I am.
Big up Jamie Phillips, by the way, one of our members. Jamie. Obviously, really wanted him on today, but I know we spent some amazing time on this side.
There's a new member.
Wait, is that a new member?
That's a new member.
Stephen Duffy, brother. Again, got another new member. I need to figure out like a little video when someone becomes a member in it. I can't use that. I know that who I think it is. I can't.
You can't use that too much. Although it does work. It does work.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
I mean, remember, what can I say? I mean, it does kind of work just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to find another video. Don't worry, I'm going to find another video. But listen, bless up to everyone in the comments. Assad says, "Where's your bonnet?" I saw that the other day, you know.
Bro, it's not even that, It's the bet's done, bro. Like, don't worry. I've got a black one, got a purple one, I've got a red one. How about that?
I don't want to see him, bro.
You don't want to, but maybe the fans do.
Oh god.
I hear you. Aiden Andrew said, "Big up Daps 357 and that the Man United up Kaz." I'm available for 20 minutes. For 20 minutes? What? Do you want to jump in?
Yeah, man. Get him in.
I'll drop you the link now, Jamie. You know what I'm saying? I'll drop you the link right now. So, Kaz, obviously, I know you got some stats of Sadio Mane as well. But first of all...
Big up Nadir, bro. Big up Nadir.
Jeez.
Instagram. Come on.
Tell man in the comments. By the way, guys, I want to make sure that we get to... I want to see 50 likes nice.
Yeah, easy.
I want to see 50 likes nice and early.
You know what are we on now? What's on now? 24?
23.
Oh, that's
23, like,
halfway through. That's not good enough, man.
You know what I'm saying? Jamie, the link's there. Just send it to you, my boy. Who else there? Kaz is depressed because of United. So, guys,
Very
good
good.
to
Look,
see.
By the way, what was the big news yesterday? Because apparently there was
Whoa,
some
30
massive
likes
news.
already.
There was some massive news coming out yesterday. What was this massive news
With
your club?
with
my
United?
Yeah, there was supposed to be some huge news
Well,
coming
no,
out yesterday.
PSG took their Coutinho signing. That's what I do know.
Oh no, that's not really the huge news. I think the biggest news with United is that they actually upped their bid for De Jong and it didn't get rejected.
Oh, fucking hell!
No, I mean,
Jesus Christ.
but it went up to 70 million euros plus whatever bonus. So it's pretty much what they wanted ish. I think Barcelona want a little bit more, but it's pretty much near their target.
So the big news is you offered what they wanted, and they want more.
I'm giving them what I'm saying. What I think. We upped the bid. We didn't go to what their demand was, but it's close to what they demand, and they haven't rejected it.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
I think it is who we think it is.
He
said he wasn't going to be here.
Nah, I'm shattered.
And
I'm shattered. But
yeah.
I've got 20 minutes life left in me.
Love that.
You saying, Jamie? You good?
Yeah, I'm just knackered, mate. I'm just knackered.
No, well, listen.
Life,
the fact
innit,
that you jumped in here, I appreciate you. Make sure, guys, go and make sure when Pablo gets in there, because he should be in here at some point. Make sure we go and subscribe to Jamie Phillips Talks. Always doing what he needs to do. How many videos you done today, Jamie?
I ain't done none today. It's my first.
You know what? That's actually a shock. I was expecting to say 2. I was expecting 2 at least.
My first day I haven't done a video in quite some time.
Yeah,
Does it feel good?
I hear it, bro. But sometimes you need that rest. You know what I'm saying? So we get the best Jamie every
Being
time.
ginger is not good with the sun. I look at my forehead, man. It's just not.
But you know what it is, Jamie. We've come to talk about the man himself, Sadio Mane, as Virgil would say, Sadio Mane. You know, the second, ideally, piece of the front three, and you could say the most pivotal, the most clinical arguments that's there to say as well. How you feeling that it's finally pretty much done? It's done. Mane, the front three has now been broken up.
It's been broken up. It's a sad day, but I'll be over it tomorrow. It's just I don't like to get down too much because we move on. You move on as a club, don't you? And we've got 2 players in already, and so the club's moving on. We can't sulk about it forever. It's a sad day, but it's like when you win a trophy, ain't it? You don't think about it the next day. You go on to win another. So I'm like that.
Do you know what it is? The thing is, yeah, I've found out like so. The first time I really experienced it was the day after we won the FA Cup against Watford when we did the treble, right? The next morning, so I was staying in the hotel opposite Wembley, and the next morning when I woke up, I went down to breakfast, and the hotel was just full of City fans because obviously any Watford fans, and there's not that many of them, mad coming from a City fan, innit? But they were staying, they obviously could just drive home. So the whole hotel was full of City fans, and everyone looked depressed. So they were like, "You ain't seen the news, have you?" And they were like, "Vinny's announced that he's leaving," and like that really hit because Vinny was obviously there before the money. He was the captain. When he lifted the trophy, it was the first and last trophy I saw City lift with my dad. So it was like I shed a tear because I shed a few tears because it reminded me of my dad. And since then, like the Aguero one, I thought I'd be fine till the day Aguero left. Then all of a sudden it's like, fucking hell, man. And it's just a bit, I guess, the Mane thing because it's the end of an era.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love Sadio Mane. I've said it before. He's best forward, which might sound mad because Salah gets all the goals, but I think Mane's a technically better footballer than Mo Salah. And he's unpredictable. And I think he was just coming into really good form this season as well. I think going to Bayern Munich's a weird choice. I think that's the strange choice that I can't understand. But I can understand he wants the cash. And, you know, Liverpool ain't going to give him 320 grand a week when you're 30 years old. And,
yeah,
you know,
similar to the Wijnaldum issue, you know what I mean?
Is he worth 320 grand? I don't know, but
no.
But it depends how many years it's over. That's the key.
Yeah.
Is he worth it for another season or 2? Maybe, but he's probably it's the same as Aguero. We wanted to keep Aguero, but Aguero wanted another 4-year contract or something, and it's like, bro, you've only played a few games. we can't do that. And it's the right choice, 100%. It is the right choices.
Yeah.
Or I think most Liverpool fans know it, right?
Yeah, these three ain't going to stay forever. I mean, things move on. We had the best of Mane, you know. Bayern Munich's not going to get the best version of Sadio Mane. So, you know, I'm happy with that. And look, he's won everything he can at Liverpool. He's served us beautifully. He's never moaned. He's never argued. He's been a great servant to the club. He seems like a great human being as well. And I just wish him all success. But he's a Bayern Munich player now, and we move on. You know, Diaz and Nunes.
Yeah, 100%. There's always life after, and that's the whole thing about remaining at the top of your game as a club. Some of the comments, Fergie son, big up yourself. Hope you're good. He said, bless up months. Sent here by Daps, big up all. Big up yourself, Bailey 19. Good to see you.
Bailey.
Noah. Good to see you, my bro. Been a while. Says big up Jamie as well. Looking forward to Carvalho linking up with Nunes. 100%. Especially, I want him to link up with Firmino, man. I'm looking for that Samba magic. I'm gonna be real. People talk about oil club spending, but Al Glazier spent 1.2 billion post.
That just makes no sense, bro. It just makes no sense. I get what you're trying to do, but it makes no sense. We're spending our money, bro. Our money. Do you understand? Not the owner's money. Our money that they rob. So, and you're.
Hold on. No. Hold on. Is it your money, or actually are they bankrolling your club and actually they paying it against, like, as a debt against your club?
Pretty much hit the nail on the head. But what's it called? But regardless, though, Fergie, son, you're a United fan. You're doing your research on that kind of stuff, man. Come on, we're not an oil club, bro. We built up that over how many years? Come on, man. Our revenue's ridiculous.
Farms, I think it was when the farmers.
Fergie son does get the likes up. So
yeah, you're right. Even that knows his history more than most United fans, bro. Wow.
I have to have
showing his age.
Basically, whereas nowadays the rich people have oil and invested in City, back in the day, the rich people were farmers and they decided to invest their money in Man United. So it was kind of the equivalent of back in the day. But look, it's people want to talk about money. I really don't.
They're shocking, man.
Yeah, this is a fair way, man. Go on, that's
on Sadio Mane. Yeah, I probably was doing YouTube, but I wish I had the energy to go back and look for when I first started, because I spoke on Sadio Mane when you lot won the Champions League the season after, yeah. And I said, the season after you won the league, and I said, if Sadio Mane wins the league with Liverpool, I predict he wants to leave, right? And I honestly believe that since you've won the league, you've been running on fumes with him, because I think he's wanted. And remember, the season after you won the league was the season that everything went wrong. Everything went wrong. And I always say it's a dominoes effect, yeah? And I think that's because once a player that is not a Liverpool fan, is not from England, doesn't support the club, and this isn't against Liverpool, this is with every single club, has come to England, won the Champions League with an English club, won the Premier League with an English club. Now all they want is, and they're getting to a certain age, what they now want is either one or two things. They want the money that they want and they're happy to stay put. Alternatively, they want to move to another country and win some trophies they haven't got yet. And I think that was one of the reasons why that season he fell off a little bit, because you got injuries. Maybe Klopp wasn't cuddling everyone as much. And I'm not saying they were arguing, but the tone would have been different because he's having to tell the guys, up your levels and whatever. And if you're waiting on a new contract and the manager isn't speaking to you as nicely, maybe your form dips a little bit. And I think you've actually got more out of Mane than you could have. And I think you should celebrate that, because I think he could have gone a year and a half ago if you've got more out of him, and now is the right time to sell him, in my opinion. I don't think it's
honestly
good riddance.
I think now's the perfect time to sell him. Perfect
good riddance.
The Mane sentiment for me needs to be dropped now.
You have to, man.
Since we've won the league, Mane has been on a decline. He has, again, in the last 2 years, in the last 2 seasons, the real Mane has been here for 6 months. If you tell me that is not a decline, then I don't know what is. I support Liverpool Football Club, not Mane Football Club. And I love what he's done for the club. He's one of my favorite ever players in my lifetime that has put on the Liverpool shirt. However, everything must come to an end. Am I sad? Yes. But is it the right time? Absolutely. I said
How much did he
before,
go for, by the way, as well?
40 million euros of add-ons, so probably about
yeah,
35 million.
35 million. Yeah.
Good. For his
Yeah.
age and a year left on his contract, that's good.
And obviously, you take that away from the Nunes signing, it becomes a little less painful for people like me who don't really believe in it wholeheartedly. Do you know what I'm saying? So, again, I think that it was the perfect time to sell Mane. Say what you want, but at the end of the day, should he have been offered a contract a little bit earlier on, and maybe we could have had him for another year? That could have been possible, but we would never know about his form. And personally, I think, is Mane replaceable at this point? He needs to be. He needs to be. We're not going to keep playing these players until they're 35. It's not Bayern Munich where you can play Frank Ribery and Iron Robben until they're 36 and 37 and keep winning the league over and over again.
That might have been a factor why he went to the Bundesliga, though.
Especially not under Klopp's style of football.
Exactly.
There's not a chance in hell.
No way out. It's not sustainable. This is not the Bundesliga. This is the Premier League. You are chasing a Man City side that is relentless. You drop 3 points. That's it. League's done. League's done. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, not necessarily in January.
Not in January, but you know what I mean, innit? You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And with the levels that Liverpool and City are setting right now, sentiment will put you back with Chelsea and them, man. That's what sentiment's going to do to you if you rely on it too much. So,
100%.
as I said, this is
Frank Lampard.
I want to celebrate Sadio Mane for what he's done and how he's, again, a pivotal part of the club. But for me, it's his time, innit? Jamie, I don't know how you feel about that. Maybe I've gone too hard. By the way, big up Hussein, by the way, saying big up my people. Love to all four of you. And big up everyone in the chat as well.
Can I say how I feel?
No, let Jamie go, because Jamie's only here for a short time.
Oh, shit.
He's here for a good time, not a long time.
You're right. You're right. No, Monts, you're right with Mane. Look, it's the right time for him to go. He's gave his all for the football club. We've had the best out of him. I mean, when he was 27, 28, there was arguably hardly any better left-sided forward in world football at that time. He was a tremendous footballer. And one thing with Mane, I don't think Mane felt the love like Mo Salah gets, and I think that's what Sadio Mane. That's why he wants to leave. And that's not from fans. That's from the club. That's from the club itself.
Yeah.
I can kind of agree with my outside point.
I think the club feels the love more for Mo, and it sounds like they're doing everything possible to keep Mo, who's the same age as Sadio,
I'll the same impact as well. More
than they're keeping Mane. So if you're Mane and you're sitting at home, and every day in the papers and the media and talking at Liverpool is, what will Mo do? What's Mo going to do? Is Mo going to get his new contract and this and that? And you're Sadio Mane and you're sitting there thinking, I've contributed exactly the same thing to Liverpool Football Club in this time with Jurgen Klopp as Mo Salah has. I should be on that same level par, like feeling it from the club. Yes, we all love like Sadio Mane. There's no different him, but I mean, out of all of them, Bobby's my favourite. You know,
that's like me and Jesus.
I just love Bobby. Yeah, I just love Bobby. I think he's great.
Yeah, that's like me and Martial. Yeah.
Oh,
hold on.
No, don't do that, Bo. Don't do
in
that.
2022, Martial Fox.
I'm just saying, like you lot saying like favorite players, and he said like for me, no, he said I said Marcel, man.
It shows the levels. It shows the levels. It's fine. It shows the levels.
Next thing, Kaz will be telling us to buy in the dip. With Martial.
But you know what? That other thing is, on Sadio Mane, the fact is, his overall game, is better than Salah's. Let's be like his pressing, especially go back a couple of years. My guy was an absolute monster at getting the ball back, an absolute beast. He would not stop running. I
think prime Mane, 100%. I don't think the Mane of the last 2 seasons necessarily, in my opinion, not necessarily. I think Salah's all-round game is better than Mane's now. But when Mane was on that title-winning season, 2018, 2019, even 2017, 2018 was more tight between them. But them 2 seasons, champs and prem, Mane, innit? It's not going to do it.
It's not that hard to pick Mane over Salah, though, is it? I'm not being funny.
I don't know about that. But
you got Luis Diaz, left winger, right? He's not going to play on the right. Who's going to replace Salah there, right? Second of all, Mane's not giving you 30 goals a season or more. That's a fact. Yes, Mane's fucking season's been 6 months. Has been all right.
It's not hard to pick Salah. Sorry, it's to pick Salah.
Right now, this current point, over the last couple of seasons, Salah's giving you 30 plus goals. Mane isn't giving you 30 plus goals. Who knows what Mane you would get?
And when you break, and and you can say all you want, but goals win games.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if it was the swap side, Mane and Salah was leaving, the whole conversation will be exactly the same, but Salah's name instead of Mane's name. So it's whatever, innit?
100%. Black Hammer says Crystal Palace definitely weren't going to miss Sadio. Yeah, he loved the Crystal Palace.
The thing with Mo Salah, he's arguably, apart from Messi and Ronaldo, one of the most marketable footballers in the world because of that, the Arab world and all that. And you know,
you're saying top three
in the Premier League, yeah.
In the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean, even around Europe, I don't know. I mean, he's the king of the Arab countries and stuff like that. And
who's Salah?
Yeah, and
then Mane's king of the African countries, which has a
that.
damn big population.
I think Mo's marketability is higher than Mane's though at this moment in time. I mean, you only have to look at all the magazines Mo's doing and the people
it's fair.
Stuff like that. I mean, his marketability is through the roof.
They're both special though. They both have a big ass following.
And that's why the club picks Mo over Sadio because of that thing. They're American owners, remember? American owners love marketing. You know, they love it. And, you know, they see the dollar signs more in Mo than they do with Mane. And I think Mane...
Yeah. And Salah, 1 minute he's celebrating Christmas, next he's celebrating Eid.
Hey.
Just saying.
But then Ferguson says Jota, Salah, Nunes, 0. Listen, take Salah's name out of the 0 tech bracket, please. I'm not going to entertain that.
He's got technique. People, you know what it is? People mistake technique with dribbling all the time.
Yeah,
a lot more to technique. Technique could be like your shooting technique. It could be the way, yes, your dribbling technique, the way you pass a ball.
But his dribbling's insane. It's just that it's a messy. It's a messy style. As in, it's like, when I say not Lionel Messi, as in he has a messy style of dribbling.
It's not flashy like a Ronaldinho. That's what it is.
Yeah, like it's not flashy. It's not Neymar. It's not. You're not gliding on the ball. You know what I mean? Harvey Elliott looks more graceful on the ball than Mo Salah does in terms of the way he carries the ball.
He's effective.
But Salah's dribbling style is mad effective. You've seen him take on enough man and score a number of times.
He's one of his best attributes that doesn't ever get mentioned is his balance.
Yeah,
same with some of the best. Same with most of the best out there as well.
Yeah, ridiculous. We know this, guys. Like when a player is so good at one thing, people seem to forget the other little
spot on.
Yeah.
I used to say. Aguero, people used to talk about Aguero's finishing all the time, but for me, his center of gravity, you couldn't move him. You couldn't move that.
Bro, if you're in that box with Aguero, you can't pick him up ever.
Yeah, and you can't move him. He'll be falling over. He still scores. You put his arm
well, the goal against QPR.
The guy's like 5'8", 9, and he's wham. Like he's strong as fuck.
Yeah. But you know what? You get that with even with like De Bruyne. I'll say this: when De Bruyne's career is over, I hope people don't just talk about his passing and actually put some respect on his tracking back and his tackling.
Everything else.
But it's the same. It's the same with Mane, that people will talk about this and that. But what I remember is when Mane first arrived at Liverpool was how much he battled back and won the ball back. Like it was just monster. And he was one of the first strikers to really be doing that. That was before Pep was trying to change Aguero into a guy that would do that. I mean, Tevez did it, to be fair, well, but that is what I remember Mane for, personally.
100%. Also, Endo says, guys, I love Mane, but please allow this Mane Salah thing. He may have more flair than Mo, but he's not a better player. Salah's worst season is Mane's best.
But that's GA. That's GA.
I disagree. I think Mane's the better footballer. Yeah. But Salah is just the more efficient, maybe the more efficient player potentially, isn't it? Because of goals, because of goals and assists, he's more efficient in that way. But
debatable because there's technique within the goals and assists, man. Debatable.
True.
You go goals and assists. Frank Lampard's got more goals and assists in his career than Zinedine Zidane, and who's the better footballer?
Yeah, well, I always have this. Well, and I'm still waiting to have this debate about
the gap is different compared to Mane and Salah.
But boys, that's why Mane Salah worked.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it worked.
I hate this whole. I get it. Goals and goals win games. Don't get me wrong, but then I have this whole issue with Bruno Fernandes and his.
But Salah's not Bruno Fernandes. Salah's a good.
I love the comparisons. Go 10 years back and bring some players from there.
I'm not saying Salah v Bruno, but it's like goals win games and all that kind of stuff. And people want goals and assists over everything else. But you got to look at everyone as a team collective. That's what really wins you the games. I know goals obviously do. You're not gonna do a Michael Owen up in this bitch, but You know what I
Steph
mean?
said goals win games, not tricks and flicks. Of little end product. Give me Jota 23 goals over Grealish of little end products. No shade. That's wow.
But
Two different types of players.
Listen. Last season, yeah. There was a period last season, right? When Salah and Mane had gone off to, in fact, it might have even been when they just got back from African nations, right? And before Diaz really hit the ground running, and Jota was scoring some very, very important goals. He was keeping Liverpool up to pace. In the period where you were playing catch up with City on the point drop, Jota was scoring goals. And then I was going on streams with Liverpool fans, and they were like proper not feeling Jota. And I was like, I'm confused because to me, well, no, not just you. There was a lot. There wasn't just you, bro. There was a lot more than you, because it was a period where I was having to do a lot of streams with Liverpool fans, and because we were playing each other, and I was confused because I don't watch Liverpool, and I'm saying, listen, all I can see is this machine is scoring goals that is keeping you in games. So you're saying, apart from that, he's not really involved in the link-up play and whatever. It's like, well, maybe sometimes that's what you need. We just gone and bought one that might be on that. Haaland might be that guy, yeah. And sometimes you need that guy. So it is relevant what he's saying. I'm not saying Grealish. I think if I was to rate last season, I probably would say personally, Jota had a better season than Grealish last season. I think Grealish has shown signs that he will suit City's system better than Jota will suit Liverpool's system long term. But if we're going based on last season, Jota probably had a better season than Grealish. So
but
there's no shade taken on that.
It's still a silly comparison. It's not a silly comparison, but it's a comparison that goes without saying. Do you know what I mean? But let's just going back to the Mane thing, because we again not too long left. Let's start with the opening season. He first arrives, and a little bit of criticism over the signing. Remember, 32 mil was quite a lot back then. I think 34 mil there's quite a lot of money at that time that he's come in. Obviously, come from Southampton.
Less than that, bro. Less than that, you know. It was actually 32 million euros.
Yeah,
less than that.
And probably on the conversion rate back then, it was probably a lot better than now.
Yeah. So we're talking about 25 million.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Welcome.
Go on, put the three Scousers at the top. Actually, no, put the three Scousers below.
Sorry. You did work that one out.
You got me.
But yeah.
Wait, where'd you get that? That
was quick, you know. That was very quick.
Oh damn!
Just
that was good. I like that.
Meme game is strong, innit? But nah. So again, we start. Sorry, Jerry. Just before I introduce you, bro. Literally, so we started off again 2016-17. Heavy criticism, I'd say, as a Liverpool fan. I felt a lot of verbal when we'd gone in for Mane. Again, another Southampton signing. Would be them jokes about them being our feeder club. Just especially after the Lovren flop, sort of the Lovren thing, Lallana and Lambert and all those other guys. So not really too much positivity around the signing, especially from Arsenal fans, because recently missing out on Alexis Sanchez not too long before that with the Suarez departure and stuff. It was tough. You guys will know.
You didn't miss out.
We missed out on Alexis. He's banging.
You didn't miss out. Ask Cass. He didn't miss out.
But I'm saying, but at this point though, we're battling with Arsenal as well. Arsenal are more ops. You know what I'm saying? And there was, again, I can only say what I felt, and the what I was getting from these men was fucked up. Like they were just really getting onto the Mane signing. I was like, just give him a chance and we'll see what we can get out of him.
I was one of those guys as well, I was one of those guys. I can't lie. I was like, Mane to Liverpool, like why him? And then boom, all of a sudden just hit the ground running. But then he just done that thing against Arsenal and I was like, fuck, we fucked up. Yeah,
and then so I'm saying opening day. Obviously, I remember Walcott gets the first goal. It's not looking great. Obviously, Coutinho smacks one top corner. I remember screaming my head off. And then Mane just gets the ball, takes it past like three man, chops it and hits it top ends of his left. I can't lie. Jamie, like Jerry, I can't lie. From then I knew.
Yeah.
From then I knew.
Fire.
We knew from then. We found someone.
When he done that and then was doing this on Klopp's back, that's when I knew. Yeah. Let's go.
Like, we just knew. Do you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, from then he quickly became our talisman, scoring from silly angles. He had everything, pressing, finishing. He was robust, very good in the air. For a man that's not that tall, again, very good in the air.
Yeah.
And then, did he go to AFCON or did he get injured? I can't remember.
He went to AFCON. He went to AFCON.
He went to AFCON.
That's
and
when
then
fell apart, wasn't it? Yeah.
And I remember even his link up with Sturridge. The Mane Sturridge thing was there.
Yeah.
I was liking that one as well. You know, so.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Actually, yeah. Sturridge was used occasionally. Sturridge was used occasionally, and he was used. I like the way he was used, and I talk on this sometimes, yeah, because the one thing you got with Sturridge, right, is, and I can remember watching 1 or 2 games where I think Klopp felt frustrated that you hadn't scored because you weren't having enough shots. And the one thing you got with Sturridge, yeah, is my man would get the ball, one touch, boom, doesn't matter where, yeah. And
serious player, man.
You actually, yeah, he just unleashed, yeah. And sometimes that was so important. And I remember you scoring a few goals where he'd unleash, but with power, and the keeper would save it, but Mane would know to follow it in, right? So the keeper will save it, Mane tap in. And it was like, I remember at the time thinking, and I even think about this recently, like, that's so important because I've seen with City the same thing, that Sterling gets goals like that from Aguero when Aguero would have shots. And if you unleash and the keeper can't hold on to it, as long as players follow it in. And that was, I remember seeing that was how them two would work.
It's
Sturridge
true,
was very
100%.
good at that.
And even then, when you think about it, is that if you compare it to now, Liverpool don't take shots from outside the box. We don't do that. So we don't have that. We don't have that potency. Whereas Sturridge gave you that option, which is what we're looking for anyway. Where it's just, I'm just going to lick a shot from distance. I'm taking a shot, and hopefully, I feel like with Nunes, that's what we're going to get. Where he's going to get a yard and shift it, and something happens. 100%.
Same with us and Haaland. Exactly the same thing. We're both in the same book.
Nunes don't score goals like that. If you actually see, he don't score goals like that. My man's a big poacher.
Yes, he's a poacher, but if you look at his
finisher,
goals, but he takes shots. He just takes shots. He'll get a yard, and if he's in a position to shoot, he will shoot. Look at his goal against Liverpool.
See, if you man get Bellingham next season, yeah.
No, they're not.
They're not. Like, if they do though, I'm gonna be pissed because if they get a goal scoring midfielder,
I'm not allowing it, bro.
Pissed. I'd be pissed. And by the way, your answer to your thingy as well, Mane was injured. By the way,
was injured.
Was an injury?
Yeah, he was injured, but he had a calf injury. I remember he had calf injury problems all the time. Back in January, you're talking about as well, wasn't it? Going into the Feb. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
No. D-Star says Mane was what Liverpool needed. He signed Liverpool. When he signed, Liverpool had dry, slow, stinky wingers.
Shoot it down in.
Yeah. He's not lying there. I'm not gonna lie. Man, see, look, man, don't think I have a mad agenda, but like, people just don't like it when I speak facts about players.
We just call it tough love, man. It's tough love, isn't it?
That's just tough love. You know what I'm saying? Man said I'm a secret Arsenal fan. I hate Arsenal. Please. Hate them.
Jose Mons.
Well, I'll get it for being on this show. I'll be called a secret Liverpool fan because if I rate something to do with Liverpool,
you know what it is. That's the way it is as well. Like everyone's, when you talk calm about a club and you come off this shameless thing, but fans will fuck with you and don't get wrong. But then they say, this person. That's why they probably say Mons is a secret Arsenal fan and all this kind of stuff, etc. Maybe you don't banter them enough.
Fergie said, he's like, what is this? Monks love Arsenal. I slander Arsenal before I go to bed.
Yeah, you do, to be fair. I mean, trust me, yeah. Our next show, if you stay on this, at 10:30, this is going to carry you over to Never a Foul, where we've got a show on Arsenal. And earlier on, I was making the thumbnail, and Monks was on with me. And trust me, the guy's trying to banter, even with the thumbnail. He's telling me to do certain things just to banter Arsenal. He hates them like I hate Liverpool, to be fair.
Yeah, like I banter Arsenal when no one's watching. When no one's actually watching me banter Arsenal. I banter Arsenal when I'm on my own, you know. I'll just look at things and I'll laugh. Like, I'm a sad little fucker, you know.
I do hear it, though. I do hear it.
But you're London, you hate Arsenal.
Back to the Mane thing. Speaking on Arsenal, he was the Arsenal bully. Sadio Mane was the Arsenal bully. No, like honestly. And then I think when Salah came in, I think what helped Salah boost off the way he did in that opening season was people just knew how dangerous Mane was. Because in that first season, man, they were putting 2 man on Salah.
Bro,
no one's putting 2 man on Salah. 2 man were going on that left side. And what's worse, Mane wasn't even a left winger. He went over to the left side. He went over to the left side after being one of the most dangerous right wingers in the league.
But this is the thing. This is what doesn't get spoke about, yeah? When when you have certain players at your club, and you probably will find it with Nunes because he's an out-and-out goal scorer. Like the beginning of this season, I remember I went to watch for someone's birthday. I went to watch Chelsea v Villa, right? And I remember Chelsea didn't look that great, but they won 3-0. But I remember watching Lukaku's movement, and it was so dead, right? But he'd take like 3 steps left, and every centre-back would take 3 steps left. He'd take 3 steps right. And it's like because he just arrived in the Premier League and everyone was thinking, yeah, this guy's an absolute monster. And you put someone like that, an absolute gunman in your team, and the whole defence are quivering, and it just allows space for everyone else. Sterling thrived off that, man. Thrived off that at City. And he hasn't the last 2 seasons because we haven't had a gunman. So, and you put Salah, Mane, and at that point, Bobby was still firing, and Coutinho was there as well.
Bobby just didn't like scoring at home, just away games, really, innit?
Away though, Bobby was lethal. Certain finishes,
bro.
But that's why I used to get onto. He used to piss me off at times because, like, I'm seeing some of the dumb finishes away from home, away from home. But at Anfield, you're missing from 2 yards out.
Maybe he was trying to impress. Maybe.
Yeah, that was the season after that season. I think that was the season in the Champions League. Bobby got
17 when you got 10 goals.
Yeah. So I think he was scoring up. He obviously he's never been a prolific striker, but he was getting goals. It's the season after where he just didn't score at home.
I'm telling you, him and Jesus are just so comparable.
Maybe he scored that bullet header against Chelsea on the final day when he broke the down. Do you know what it is? I used to think it was them purple boots, bro. Not even the purple ones. Like Firmino, he slapped on one pair of boots, and I swear down, I didn't see him score a home goal with those boots on.
You know what though? I just feel because I think him and Jesus is so similar because we as City fans rate Jesus the way you lot rate Bobby, yeah, because you see everything else they bring, everything else in their game, and you know what? They are both confidence players. Where if you don't score, being a striker, unless you're all right, you do have your special strikers. But we can just look at, for me, one of the in his prime seasons, I'd probably put him in top 3 strikers in Premier League history in his prime seasons, not across his whole Torres, right?
Torres.
In his prime, let me be clear, I'm not meaning his whole career, but in his prime, I would not put money against that guy scoring. If the guy was an absolute monster, the minute his confidence went, that was it, career done. And with some strikers, it is that. And I think with Jesus, scored 9 and 11. Bobby started off scoring. Once you lose that confidence, you kind of almost start, well, do you know what? The rest of my game's good, so I'm just going to rely on that a bit more. And almost put off shooting because you're thinking, I don't want to. I'm doing other stuff. But back to Mane. He did both.
And I think
adios.
Go on.
Sorry. Go on, Jamie. No, Jamie, you go because I know.
I was going to say with Bobby. I was going to say one thing with Bobby. What I love about Bobby Firmino, and if you ask Mo Salah and Sadio Mane, the best player you played with made you look the best, they would say Bobby Firmino. And do you know why?
Yeah.
Bobby Firmino hides their weaknesses but highlights their strengths.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Bobby Firmino did. And that's why, for me, Salah and Mane haven't looked as mad as it says with how well they played this season at times and the goals they got. Still haven't looked as good with Jota in the middle without Bobby, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And what Bobby does to them, it's just he hides their weaknesses behind.
It's also the runs as well. Them unselfish runs that create space for the
pressing everything. Yeah.
And do you know what it is as well? Because people didn't really know what to do with Bobby Firmino. They didn't know whether to man mark him. They didn't know whether to sit off him. And it's like, well, if he gets the ball to feet, then the wingers are gone. And now it's like you don't know what to do. Or if you give him the space and he turns and drives, then that's also a problem. That's an issue. Because now you've got a centre mid that can come forward, join in the attack, and then it all gets, very long. And let's not even talk about winning the ball high up. You know what I mean? Bobby and Mane winning that ball high up. Ridiculous, So, man, it's one of them ones, really.
And just quickly, because when I was creating the slide earlier, I'm sure there's players that have definitely been at your club that have won more trophies, but he's won pretty much everything.
Everything, yeah. Firmino's won
everything there is to win.
Yeah.
And that's why I like I said earlier, that's why I felt like it was from his side. I'm happy to stay, but you need to give me what I want to stay. Otherwise, I'll go to another country. And do you know what? That might be why he chose Germany and why he chose Bayern. because he can go there and win another 2-3 trophies. He can go there and win the league, the cup. Bro, he can just go. He can go and win a few things, and then who knows? After that, go France. I
think you got to think about it as well.
Go against City in the champs, maybe.
Let's not.
Maybe next season.
Talk about the league. You want to talk about next season? Talk about the league.
I think you also have to think about that with a player like Mane. It's not only in terms of obviously their career at Liverpool. Like, yeah, we're Liverpool fans, you're a City fan, you're a United fan. So we've got that affinity with our club and we want our players to become like one club legends and play for us, you know what I mean, forever. But with Mane, he's come from Senegal, played in France. For him, it's a legacy thing. He's not going to Southampton. He's going to Brighton. He's going to Bayern Munich. Like, that's if he goes and wins the league again and gets top goal scorer again or wins a Champions League with Bayern, that for him is going to cement him as, you could argue, best African player ever. He's up there with them. He's up there with them on what he's done on the international scale and what he's done in the Premier League. He does it in another league. What are we talking about here? So for him, I think it's more than just what I'm getting paid. I think that's what kind of makes a decision for him. Is like, if you're going to give me 400,000, then of course it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I'm going to stay. But if you're just going to give me even the same amount that I'm going to get at Bayern, why not go over there? Because I know I'm going to get a league guaranteed. Yeah, I'm coming to 30 now anyway. What we're doing under Klopp with all this pressing, it's long. Like, we're forgetting about it. Like, it takes its toll on players. We've seen what's happened to. I mean, Salah's lost a couple of yards. We've seen what's happened to Bobby. We're speaking about Bobby. Bobby's shattered. Bobby can't do the same things he was doing three seasons ago. So to go to Bayern Munich, where it's a slower league, you're going to do. I mean, he's going to top off his legacy, and he's going to what? You could argue he's going to be. I mean, especially in Africa, because I'm African. He's going to be more highly regarded than Salah when you think about it, because of what he's done on the international scale, and then what he's doing in different clubs.
And a whole other country now will have the whole of Germany rating him as well.
Exactly,
it's very true. So, it helps you. I think this is before you joined. I said at the beginning, when you won the Champions League, at that point, I said, if you win the Premier League this year, which you went on to win, I believe he will be pushing for a mega contract, or he'll just be like, it's cool, I'll go. And I think that's the same with anyone. When you've won, when you get to 28, and unless you're someone like maybe Foden, Gerrard, Lampard, who actually are thinking, do you know what? My legacy is going to be that I've been at the same club. You're going, it's like, I'll stay because I'm happy here. I am happy. It's not, I don't like Liverpool. It's either I'm going to end my career even more minted, or I'm going to end my career with even more trophies. Either way, it's one of them two. And maybe he stayed this season because of the fact that he did think he could do a quad, and he could have got the Ballon d'Or maybe as well by staying. But
100%. Yeah. And as a rival, as just one for the rival fans before we move on to obviously the next season, because we've gone from obviously 16, 17, 18. You go to from a rival fan's perspective, are you guys even though you agree with me that he was on the decline, it might be the time for him to go. Are you happy to see Mane go as a rival fan just because of the fear factor alone?
Wait, repeat that again, sorry.
Are you happy to see Sadio Mane go just because of the fear factor alone?
Audio Mane, bye. Amos, can't be bothered for that guy, bro. Pisses me off every time. You know what? He does have a great record against Man United, yeah. Don't get it wrong, innit? In terms of even wins, draws, losses, goals, assists, he only contributed 4 goals in about 13, 40 matches against Man United, right? But it's the selflessness of this guy, bro. What he does to the back line pisses me off, man. Gets on my nerves. Does my nutting. Get out. I'm glad.
By the way, I'm just gonna segue out. Jamie, tell the people where they can find you, my boy, because I know you have to go. Here too long.
Thanks for letting me on. Yeah, I would have stayed longer, but I'm absolutely shattered. Guys, nice talking to you lot again.
Love always.
Jerry.
Peace out, man.
Yeah, so guys, you can find me at Jamie Phillips Football Chat. So I'll be back tomorrow. I did a video yesterday where I looked at Roy Hodgson's Liverpool season. Jesus Christ.
A great video.
So,
check that out.
If Liverpool fans are thinking it's bad now, go back to 2010. Jesus Christ. Cheer yourself up a bit. Guys, I will be back tomorrow on my show as well. So I'll see you everyone tomorrow night.
What time tomorrow night, my boy? What time?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. You heard it here first, guys. 8 p.m. on Jamie Phillips. Jamie, great to see you, and we will see you
guys
very soon. Take care, brother.
Guys, see you later.
See you later, Jamie. Oh, I'm really irritated. I was going to do something and I can't remember what it was.
But yeah, super chat from Michael Ramsey, by the way. Sorry, Daps. Says wish he could Salah with him. I think maybe saying wish he could take Salah with him. I don't know, maybe.
No.
But yeah, pick up yourself and thank you, Michael Ramsey, for the super chat.
Maybe.
So, Monts, as far as my answer to your question, yeah, I got asked the other day, and this isn't me coming on and being arrogant, because this definitely isn't a chat where I've got the energy where I need to do that, because you lot will be in. We were having a good conversation.
100% arrogant. Don't believe him.
No, it's not. Listen, that DAPS only comes out where the people I'm on with are talking nonsense and no one's talking nonsense. But I got asked the other day how I felt about Liverpool's first 6 fixtures. And am I worried because your first... Actually, do you know Liverpool and City, we play 3 of the same 5 teams in our first 5. But previous seasons, I probably do watch Liverpool and who Liverpool buy. But I can honestly say I've got to a point now, and this goes on to when you asked me about Sadio Mane leaving. In the league, let me be clear, I always have to do this, in the league, not in the Champions League, I couldn't care less whether he leaves or stays. I couldn't care less who you signed to replace him, because I've now at last grown enough chest with my club that it's like, and I think you lot should be the same. We trust our managers. We trust our club that we're going to push each other, right? And I think, you know what, I could say, it's good Sadio Mane's gone, but we just spoke about how he is getting older. His legs are going to go. And now you've gone and brought in Diaz, who ended the season very, very well. So should I fear Diaz more than I should fear Mane?
On the left, yes. On the left, yes.
And that's what I'm saying. And well, through the middle, now you've got Darwin Núñez instead of Sadio playing out of position. So maybe that might also be a better for Liverpool. So you just have to, I think Pep and Klopp always sum it up where they say, when they get asked questions about each other's teams, and they say, one game at a time, we don't bother watching what the others are doing. We just need to win. And that's it. And that is how it is. Like, we can't be watching Liverpool, what Liverpool do, because if we do that, then we need to watch ourselves. We should be winning pretty much every single game, and the same with you lot. And that's how it is.
No, 100%, 100%. We're coming up to a close soon before we do the switch over. But yeah, so just to move on, 17-18, Mane, loads of highlights throughout that season, ridiculously dangerous. I think a little bit overshadowed by Salah's debut season. But again, we have to understand that 2 men weren't marking Salah. 2 men were marking Mane after the fuckeries he was on his debut season. You know what I'm saying? I remember the one goal that I loved from Mane that season was when he refused to pass it to Oxlade-Chamberlain at City at the win at Anfield, and he said, "Sadio Mane's nearly broken the net," because I was saying, "Why are you shooting?" I knew he was
slowed down. You mean when he slowed down?
When he slowed down, he should have just played Chamberlain in. Would have just been 1-on-1 on the penalty spot, and he just rifled it top corner of his left foot.
Was that the season that? If I remember, 2019. Now, 2019
no,
was...
that was 2017-18. 17-18.
So was that the bad season where you did us in the league and the Champions League? Yeah, that was a bad year. Yeah, you lot were on smoke against us. Even Chamberlain scored against us, didn't he? In like the 5th minute or something.
Both games. That was
a bullet, though. That was a bullet, though.
It was a bullet, to be fair. But yeah, they were 2 bad games, to be fair. 3, I think, maybe even.
I remember they released the footage of your changing room before that game when Pep was saying about the front 3, about his fear of the front 3.
Scratching his head, yeah.
He was scratching his head on how to deal with that. But that shows how he's able to negate that at some point, especially later on in the later years. But yeah, that was
took him a few years, though. Took him a few years to get to grips with Liverpool. Took him a few years.
But yeah, 18-19. The prime. I think it's a bit obvious. We all know the best. We've all got a best moment for Mane. That goal against Bayern for me. I think the back heel over Foster. Jerry, what about you in terms of this?
It's got to be the Bayern goal, man.
Yeah,
I know I'm hopping on the boat, but that was. Not only was it just the pass from Virgil, it was the touch. It was against who it was.
Yeah, it looked like.
Although we were going into that game quite confident, we weren't out-and-out favourites in that game.
Confident? Bayern weren't losing at the Allianz. Bayern, Allianz and lose.
But that's what I'm trying to say. But obviously in the league, we're doing really well. So we were going into the game as Liverpool fans, in general, confident. But what he did, obviously going into that Champions League game, that looked like, I mean, the banana skin's the wrong word, but it looked like a game where, it could fall off here. Like, it could crumble because we're coming up against, Lewandowski, it was a solid Bayern team. And the way we just took care of that game, and that was just the icing on the cake. That goal was ridiculous. To do that against Neuer as well, who at the time was, solid, top 3 keeper in the world. Crazy goal.
Yeah. It was
100%. I think
I hate Liverpool.
there was a few other games where Mane was just sensational. If you remember, people forget he also scored the header against Bayern Munich in the same game. Like he got 2 that day. You know what I mean? He in the group stages, he was ruining man in the group stages. People also forget that the Firmino Mane link up was very overpowered that season. Very over. Like there was times that Mane would just cut in, give it to Firmino, give and go, and it was a goal almost every time, just a goal. Like, I actually think the cohesiveness between all 3 of them, 17-18 and 19-20, was actually unplayable.
It was at its peak. It was at its peak.
To
the point where you'd see Mane and Salah just swap sides. You'd see Mane and Salah swap sides.
Yeah.
Remember the step over, the shimmy against Neymar.
Yeah. Oh, stop it.
That same season.
Some say Neymar's still tripping over today. Stop it.
Yeah. When he sent him one way, it's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And at this point, I was looking at Mane and thinking, this guy's actually God tier. It's fucked. He's God tier. Like, and the worst thing is, there were times that Mane would have bad games, and it just didn't matter. Because the X factor was always there. So that was probably some majorly highlighted moments there. You can now quickly just move on to 19-20 trophy winning season, where Mane was just ridiculous again. I think one of my favorite goals was the Southampton goal. Mane having one of the worst games of football I've ever seen him play. Gets the ball in the edge of the box, 0-0. I think it might have been 1-0 down. Mane just slaps it top corner from the outside the box. I'm like, what? What?
Against his old team as well.
Yeah, against his old team as well. I think from there it just carried on. The ridiculousness just kept carrying on. And then obviously 19-20, we won't really talk about. Still got a decent amount of goals actually, even in his worst season.
That was where he dropped in it, and Salah carried on. That was for me. That season, Liverpool weren't great, but Salah still. But I honestly believe, and I said this at the beginning, that is where I really started thinking, this is a dominoes effect. You've had a couple of injuries, form started dipping. Klopp speaking to the players maybe slightly different to how he would have previously, and there's 1 or 2 players in that dressing room that now are kind of thinking new contract, and it hasn't been put on the table, so their form's not going to be as good. And that was I think that was a massive factor in that season for you lot. A dominoes effect, that there was a lot of different things. It wasn't just the injuries. It was the injuries, the fact you were having to play one of the best DMs in the role as a centre back, which then meant you didn't have the best DM as a best DM. We experienced it with Fernandinho. People always talk about how they perform in a role they're moving into. That's not the important thing. Both Fabinho and Fernandinho did a job as centre backs. It's more the fact that you now don't have a world-class DM in the world-class DM role. That's the impact. And I think all these little things, and with Sadio Mane, that is again probably where the him and Salah thing started coming to head a little bit.
I mean, here's an uncomfortable comment to make. The Salah Hazard argument has been going on for the last 3 seasons for as long as I can remember.
Hazard.
But like, so if the Salah Hazard argument is valid, which personally I don't think it is, but that's me being biased. But if people are making the Salah Hazard thing a thing, which it has been for the last 3 years, shouldn't the Mane Hazard thing be a thing? In fact, isn't that more? Sorry, the Mane Hazard argument, shouldn't that maybe be a thing? Because I hate to do this. Statistically, Mane beats Hazard as well, by the way, if you don't know that. And Mane is hailed as a better footballer than Salah. So is the gap closer between Hazard and Mane? Is that an argument that needs to be had?
I don't think there's a gap, but...
There's not a gap.
Hazard, look, Hazard... do you know what? It's a different show, and I'm more than happy. I'm not hearing this Hazard.
In fact, on violence, should we leave it to the violence and switch over now?
Let's talk on that later. I'm more than happy to talk on Hazard. We can get some
We'll bash that up on violence. We'll throw that in there.
Bro, if you want to watch some silky, lovely football and all that kind of stuff, to tune in a bit later.
Don't watch Man United.
But listen, guys, we are 1 like away from 70 likes. We are about to switch over. Someone, make sure you smash that like and push it to 70, guys. There's someone in there.
It's on 70 now.
That like button. So 70.
On 70.
There you go. Are we switching over? Let's get it going.
I'm ready when you are. And do we just want to so firstly, Jerry, if you want to join us later, you're more than welcome. Cool. And everyone in here right now, stay put. When this stream ends, it will automatically, if it doesn't auto send you, it will give you something to click on. But yeah, stay here and it will carry us over to the next show. If you're a Liverpool fan, stay put because you're going to have a laugh on the next one.
Yes, Nathan, my guy.
Whoever it is, just stay here. You will have a laugh on the next one. Over on Never Fail.
I can still put the link in the chat, to be fair. I can dash the link in the chat.
Actually, hold on a second.
It would be nice to get some Liverpool fans over at Never Fail.
You lot carry on for 2 minutes. Let me go and start the other one. I've just remembered. Cool. I'm going to leave and go and start the next one.
All right, when do you want us to jump in? Oh,
no, he's going to send you lot, obviously, link everything. He's just going to get started up.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Well, the link is there in the chat, by the way. So I don't think Assad heard what I said, otherwise he would have lost his mind with the Hazard thing. Hazard, technically great player, but end product nowhere near Salah. This isn't even a Salah thing. Is it nearly? Does he need to?
Hazard is stupidly sick, bruv. You know what it is?
No. But do you know what it is? Tarak is sick. Tarak is sick.
Oh, we're gonna talk about this. Yeah, it's skillful. You know what? It's better than the eye. That's what it is. It's the eye. It's the eye test. It's the eye test.
No. It is the eye test. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not gonna go and tell you that technically Hazard isn't better than Salah. I'll tell you that for free. I'll tell you that for free. I'll tell you that for free. But at the end of the day, it's output. Output is that what makes the difference, unfortunately. And if you go and spread that over, I'm telling you, if you guys like United could have a Hazard not going to go and help you. If you guys had
we can say the different type of wingers as well, though, bro. Like Hazard's actually a winger. Hazard's actually a winger, bro. Salah's an inside forward / striker kind of player. Like so, it's a different kind of position. Really.
Salah starts wider than Hazard does. Salah hugs that touchline, bro. Like,
he's 1-on-1. He's 1v1. He's a demon, bro. He does a lot, fam. He's especially in the Chelsea team that was always up and down. But he was carrying Chelsea for years, bro.
Yeah, that's fine. And Salah's been carrying this Liverpool team as well.
No, but it's not just been Salah. It's been Salah, Mane. It's been Salah, Mane, and all of them, bro.
World-class Chelsea players around him as well. We're not gonna do that.
Well, when Matt was there, they lacked a striker for years.
And the time the Chelsea side was poor, look where they ended up. Mourinho got sacked. They ended up what? 10?
That was bound to happen anyway. Don't what
either side of that, they won major trophies. Either side of that.
I don't know. I don't know. I think together them two in a team would be amazing. I think they would suit each other very well. Different types of wingers, obviously.
Yeah, I think.
I remember Hazard saying he'd like to get to Mo Salah's level one day.
Wait, you say again? Sorry.
Hazard said he'd like to get to Mo Salah's level.
Yeah, probably in terms of goal scoring, probably maybe, but yeah, I don't know, man.
Don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. I like that. Don't shoot the messenger. You're shooting the messenger here.
Hey, look, Assad, bring the Assad child right there as well, bro. Look who you had in a team. That's disgusting, man. Talk about a Willian and that, bro. Morata, dead food, fam. Can't even get more than 15 goals in the season, bro.
Do you know what's mad though? When they signed Higuain wasn't dead Higuain.
So
we're not gonna do that because hindsight.
Yeah, but Higuain flopped. He flopped in the league, bro. Come on.
But that's my point. You can't use that argument. It's like me saying now, Chelsea are dead. They only have Lukaku and Pulisic and Werner. When they signed Werner, when they signed Lukaku, everyone was up in arms saying, "Oh my God!"
But the thing is different between Liverpool. The difference between Liverpool and Chelsea. Liverpool's already had an established side after a couple years under Klopp. Chelsea never really had that.
That's a lie.
Chelsea never had that. Always chopping and changing managers, chopping and changing players.
That's a lie. Kaz, my friend, my boy. Do you know why I can't agree? I can't fuck with that. Because when Liverpool in 17-18, Liverpool just about scraped fourth. When Hazard was playing with these man, where did Chelsea finish?
I mean, I think Hazard did win the Prem a few times, did he not?
Because I'm pretty sure they won a Prem. I'm pretty sure they won a Champs. I'm pretty sure they won a Europa League.
Couple times still.
They won the Prem. Conte.
Of course they won the Prem.
Conte and Mourinho.
Yeah, exactly.
Hazard won 2 Prems.
I think he won another one before that as well. I'm pretty sure,
Hazard
maybe.
won 2 Prems.
I'm not too sure.
Chelsea weren't doing better than this amazing Liverpool side that Salah was surrounded by all these world-class players. Because it weren't that. Because Trent weren't world-class when Salah come in. These men weren't called world-class when Salah come in.
I'm telling you now, you put Hazard in that Liverpool team on that left wing, bro, and see what difference would make. You see what Liverpool fans would say.
If you're doing better than Prime Mane, I'll tell you that.
It's styles, and obviously you're coming into.
I know, bro. You know what it is? I'm just a lover of aesthetics. That's probably what it is. That's probably my love for it. It's not even a thing that I don't like Liverpool. It's just the way my mind is right now and the way I've grown up. The Ronaldinho. Who's your man's favorite player? Just say it. Who's your
R9's mine.
R9, Ronaldinho. It's the flary thing. So I'm from the era where I just love seeing it, where he beats a man on man. He gets numbers still. Maybe not as much.
100%. But you have deep in life. That all of that stuff is bogus, because if you don't have end product with it, it doesn't matter.
No, but
of course, there's a way to get goals. 100%.
He's a winger, though, bro. He's a winger, bro.
Yeah,
but it's not our fault. Salah took the name winger and added and mixed in striker traits.
I just don't think you can even compare Hazard with Salah. I think it's unfair. You got to talk
it's unfair to compare Hazard to one of the greatest goal scorers the Premier's ever seen.
Yeah, like if you want to talk about Salah, you might as well put them up against the strikers of the areas and stuff. It's just a different type of striker.
Credit to Salah. That is credit.
Yeah, of course is. But Hazard, can't. I don't think you compare. Maybe compare him to Mane. Compare his legacy to Mane's legacy, and that's that.
I hear it. I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah, let's switch over. I'm gonna switch over now. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyone here big up going to Never a Foul?
Guys, we're gonna switch over to the Never a Foul stream where we talk about the Nketiah signing. Guys, thank you. All right, Jerry, listen, if you want to jump on, these are 45-minute streams, in it, so we're jumping on this one for 45 minutes. So we're gonna jump on back in 45 minutes. I'd love to have you back on if you want to do that. You cool with that?
As they're talking about Was, tell him to hop on the stream. We can chop it up.
You need to become a member before you can hop on the stream. My boy Assad, he's supposed to be my guy, loyal to the soil, but he's not a member.
Yeah, he needs to them donations first, isn't it? Man said, "I cash don't bother."
You know what I'm saying? That's Hazard is the end product. Hazard. Yeah, listen, guys. We're gonna get back to this later on, but we're gonna jump over now. So make sure I'm just gonna dash it in the chat one more time. Let's go over to Never a Foul. Literally, it's there. Should be there in the link. Also, guys, make sure if you look in the description to become a member of Big Six Bands, join the membership. Yeah, please, I appreciate it. We want to get more members. We want to get more members every single pretty much episode. You got a new member today, so big up yourself. And yeah, man, thank you very much. Make sure to subscribe to Jerry's channel as well. Also doing good work at Clock Zone. And yeah, I'm gonna head over. It's been another episode of Big Six Bands. We're gonna end this broadcast and we're gonna see you guys in the next one. Jerry, anything you want to say before we close up?
Nah, man. Obviously, just like up on Big Six Bands, and obviously, I'll be doing my first live stream tomorrow, guys, on my channel.
Jeez, what time? Tell them what time.
That's going to be 7, so just before Jamie's. So yeah, you're gonna have, do you know what I mean, couple hours of content from myself and Jamie. So yeah, just head over there where we're going to be talking about obviously the midfield conundrum and the idea that Liverpool's business is done for the summer with the signing of Ramsey. So yeah, man.
All right.
Appreciate it.
No worries, my brother. Thank you again for many reasons and personal reasons. 25 people left, guys. You've seen the link. Click that link that I've sent in here and hop over to Never a Foul. Guys, we'll see you over there. Take care. Big up, everyone.
Peace, man.